All right, let's put you in the project manager's hot seat. Things are moving along, your team is building something really cool, but you're staring down the barrel of a major moment, the very first product review. You know, how you handle this one meeting can totally set the tone for the entire project. It can mean success, or it can mean failure. So let's get into it.
Here's the scenario. You're 1 month in. That first big review is this Friday. Now, let's be honest. The product is, well, it's a work in progress. It's not perfect, not even close. So the big question is, do you bring the customer in to see it as is, or do you keep it behind the curtain for now? This is a classic crossroads every single PM has to navigate.
You've really got 4 different ways you could go here, and each one comes from a totally different mindset. This isn't just a simple yes or no. Nope, it's a real strategic decision. Let's walk through these 4 options. Okay, first up, we've got strategy A. This is the hardball approach. You don't just send an invite, you make it mandatory. The customer has to be there, period. You're laying down the law from day one.
Then you have strategy B, which is all about caution. The thinking here is, whoa, this thing is just too raw, too unfinished. You're worried that showing it now could actually do more harm than good, maybe even freak out the customer, so you decide to hold off until it's a bit more polished.
Strategy C is the total opposite. This is the collaborative path. You actively invite the customer, not because you have to, but because you genuinely believe that their early feedback, even on something that's rough around the edges, is pure gold.
And finally, there's strategy D. This is where you keep it all in-house. The logic is that this first review is really just for the team to get on the same page, to sync up. So no outsiders, no stakeholders, it's a team-only affair.
So, there you have it. 4 paths. Force it, delay it, invite them in, or keep it private. Now, if you're aiming for your PMP, or you just want to level up as a project manager, one of these is without a doubt the winning strategy. It's all about embracing the power of getting feedback early and often.
And the correct answer is C. You invite the customer to give you feedback. But, just knowing the answer isn't enough. We need to dig into the why. The reasoning here is what really matters. This whole idea comes straight out of the Agile playbook. It's all about getting feedback on a work in progress. See, the point of the meeting isn't to show off a perfect, shiny product. Not at all. The point is to kickstart a conversation, a real dialogue about something that's still evolving. And the benefits? Oh, they are huge. When you bring the customer in early, you're instantly getting your team aligned with the actual vision. You're building what we call a communication bridge. This is so important because it helps you catch all those little details and needs that never seem to make it into the formal requirement docs. And all of that, it leads to a better product and ultimately a way more successful project.
Now, to really hammer this home, let's talk about why the other options just don't work. They're all based on some really common misconceptions that can easily trip up even experienced project managers. Let's pull them apart.
Okay, let's look at the flaws. Strategy A, making it mandatory, that's just too heavy-handed. It can actually hurt your relationship with the customer. Your communications plan should outline who needs to be there. It's about collaboration, not force. Then there's strategy B, waiting because it's too early. This is classic fear-based thinking. But here's the truth, late feedback is a million times riskier. Finding out months down the road that you've built the wrong thing, that means massive, painful rework. And strategy D, keeping it internal, that just builds a silo. It assumes reviews are just for the team, but in reality, they are your single best opportunity to connect with stakeholders and make sure you're not drifting off course.
So you see, this is way bigger than just one meeting. It's about a fundamental principle for success. You have to proactively build that communication bridge with your customer from day one.
And that's the real takeaway here. A product review is not just a checkbox on your project plan. It is a powerful, strategic tool. It's your #1 weapon for creating alignment and making absolutely sure that what your team is building is what the customer actually wants.
So how do you actually build this bridge? It's pretty simple, really. Just 4 steps. First, you have to be the one to open the door. Invite them in. Second, make sure it's a dialogue, not a monologue. This is a conversation, not a presentation. Third, listen. I mean, really listen and gather that feedback. And finally, step 4, use that feedback to constantly reinforce alignment and make sure everyone is pulling in the same direction.
So I'll leave you with this one simple question to think about for your own work. When it comes to your projects, is the door to your review meetings wide open, inviting that collaboration and feedback right from the start?
or is it closed? Because how you answer that question could be the difference between success and failure on your very next project.